Hello, how is everybody today? Happy Thursday. I am so excited to be here and be live with you guys. So I'm going to pull this up on my iPad so I can see comments, but please, when you come in, just say hi to me. Even if you watch this on a replay, I love to see where you guys were watching from, so let me know. Hi, Linda. Glad you're here today. How are you today? How's your day going? And I'm always just holding my breath that you guys can hear me, that you can see me. Hi, Tana. And yes, it looks like everything's working. I'm super excited to be here. Yesterday was not an off day by any means, but I wasn't live, and I always miss you guys when I don't go live. So, hello, Trisha. How are you? I saw you earlier on one of the other lives. Listen, guys, if you are watching me on my page, Art and Grace, you are going to want to go up to the comments or the description of this video and click on the link that will take you into the group. So there is an amazing group that is having a of art and crafts, and you want to be a part of it. So if you're just now watching me on my page, be sure and check that out and go get in the group. It's free. And I see Yvette. How are you today, girl? Thank you so much for getting me spread over. It is the Spring Fling Craft event. So there's already been some presentations this morning. There are going to be more for the next 4 days. So you definitely want to get in there and see everybody. You couldn't find the last one. I'm sorry. Did you get into that group, Trisha? There was a little gap. So we have an hour and a half total, but not everybody's going to need that. Some people only need an hour or whatever. So, oh, thank you, Lisa. How are you today? Hi, Sandra. Good afternoon to you. Hi, Connie from Arizona. Glad you're here. So she might have just done, I think the last one was Brenda. And so she probably just did an hour maybe, but hopefully you got to see her. But if not, the replays will be there. That's the great thing. You know, we always are telling you, come on into our groups, but it's because you can go back for as long as you need to find the replays and things. Hi, Annette. How are you? Glad you ladies are here. Hi, Jean. Good afternoon. Okay, so I'm going to do my favorite thing, y'all. I love all types of art and crafts. And forgive me, let me go back for anybody who just popped on because I'm seeing you coming on. But my name is Deb. I own Art and Grace, and I'm so glad that you're here. I do all kind of art and crafts in my space. So please come back. Hi, Kim. How are you today? And Kim has Yesterday's Tomorrow. You guys go check her out. She has an awesome page, does amazing crafts. Yes, I have lots of replays to watch because I'm in several groups. So it's, I just watch them. And I love to watch live, but that doesn't always happen. So, hi, Tisa, how are you? Hi, Chrisinda. I'm so glad you're here. Good to see everybody. Sometimes these events kind of bring us back together if we haven't seen each other in a while. So, hi, Sue. Hi, Diane. Hi, Lori. I just have to say hi to you guys. Hi, Tammy. I'm so excited about your big news, girl. That is crazy. It's crazy. Crazy good, though. Crazy good. But, I still think of Carly as little. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay, so we're going to do some glass art today. I love glass art. Yeah, I did. I started to say, I thought I put some of here. Here's a couple that I've done lately. This is just a little tulip, or tulips, and in my kind of favorite colors. And so you've got that, you paint your design, you add your glass, you add some resin, and it just brings it up a notch. So it takes just a regular painting and just makes it more special. Makes all the colors pop, and of course I love the dimension of the glass. So that's one. This is another one I've done lately that has the larger glass. This is, let's see if we can, hopefully y'all can see this okay. I'm on delay, so I don't see your view quite yet. Oh, Mitzi, up in the description of my video, there's a link. It'll say to join the group. So pop up there and see. And if anybody's on here that can help her, better than I can, but that's all I know to say, unless you want to put it into this feed here. Hi, Debbie. Glad you're here. I haven't been getting to see you very much, so I am so happy you popped in. Hi, Sarah. I'm telling you, I love seeing you girls popping in. It just makes me happy. You don't see how to join? Okay, that was Mitzi. Okay, gotcha. Oh, thanks, Marty. Listen, this is the perfect hat for me. My daughter found it at Hobby Lobby, and she knew that I needed it, so she was right. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is paint your design. Now, I like using wood for my glass art just because it's obviously sturdy. You can use anything. You can do glass art on so many things. If you just want to use a canvas, you can do that. So we could do the same exact technique on this canvas. And the only thing I would do different is put cardboard. We're going to get a delivery. I see the guy pull up. My dog is going to bark. So you guys bear with me. I have a boxer. She is super protective. So you're about to hear her. Hi, ladies. If you're just popping on, hello, hello. Hi, Maria. Glad to see you. So anyway, I would cut a piece of cardboard that is very tight, you know, that fits this really, really well. There she goes. And so you don't want it to just kind of barely fit in, that you want it to be tight so that when you get the heaviness of the glass and the resin, it doesn't dip down. Okay, if you have a good solid base under here, then it stays and it dries, and when it dries, it's completely straight and taut. Okay, that's my trick. So if you learn nothing today, that's the trick. Hi, Sue, glad you're here. You guys are so awesome. Anyway, so you can paint on whatever you want to and do the same technique. I'm going to use this wood panel. It's just a regular wood panel. You can get it Michael's Hobby Lobby, online, whatever. I have all of my supplies that I use all the time in my link tree. So if you guys are familiar with Linktree, it's just like, you know, you'll see on a lot of our pages, you'll see a tree picture, and it usually, you just click it and it takes you to all of our links to everything. And on that, hi Beth, how are you today? I can't wait to watch you later tonight, girl. Is it tonight? I'm trying to think now if you're tonight or Saturday night. Now I went blank on which night you took. Jackie, how are you? And thank you for the stars. That's so sweet. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I had to represent Texas today because I know we'll have some people watching me that don't know me. So yes, I'm from Texas. And I think I'm going to grab a bigger brush and let's get this on here pretty quickly. So this is just regular chalk paint. Now I use Decor. It is super creamy and super thick and great coverage. So that is my choice, and I should have showed you longer. It's Americana Decor Chalky Finish is what it's called. It's really great if you're doing furniture or something, but when you do crafts with it, that's why it's so good, because it has really great coverage. But you can use any kind of chalk paint. That's what I use for my base when I'm doing wood. And I see a little tiny hair. I'm going to grab that out of here and then paint right back over it. Hi, Brooke. How are you? Do you know, I literally was like, have I talked to her today? Yes, I mean, it's been a really, 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 really busy week. We have had, I've had an event myself that I did in my group, and I've just been, yesterday I had dark circles all under, just not getting much sleep. So it's been hectic, but these events are so fantastic because you get to kind of sample everybody, and you can watch live, you can go back and watch the replays, but you get to kind of see lots of different things and maybe follow some new people. If you end up enjoying this and can tolerate me, then just touch the screen and there's 3 little dots that'll pop up and you can follow, and I would sure appreciate that. I love to make new friends, love to have new followers. So, you know, that's the whole reason we do what we do, is we love what we do. We want to share it with you guys. So, you know, sprinkle this out too. If you know of somebody who you think might enjoy this or enjoys art and crafts, sprinkle it out. Let more people find us, and that helps us and you're helping them. Because what I've discovered is any kind of art and crafts is completely relaxing. So, and it's not just me. You know, I wondered how many people really truly find it that way, but obviously the more people I talk to, the more people say, you know, the same thing, that they don't know what they would do without it. So I am just getting a really great coverage on here. So typically I'll do a thin coat 2 times, you know, when I'm doing a good background base. But I'm going to do this a little bit thicker and just do the 1 coat and then dry it, and then we'll move on. So bear with me. Oh, I love you guys. Oh, Linda, I am so glad to see you, my Texas friend. How are you today? I'm getting this all over my hands. I usually do have paint all over me, and that's okay. It's like a gardener has dirt under their nails, right? And I see some people that have beautiful nails and never have any paint on them. I don't get it. Okay, so let's dry this real quick. While I'm hitting this with a heat gun, I'm gonna look at your comments. Christy, how are you today, my friend? The bunny with the big bow, is it the round one with the ears? Oh, thank you. If that's the one you mean, yes, it's on a big round wood slice. We made that in my private group about, I don't know, a few weeks ago. Thank you, thank you. Jean, thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate you, girl. Rhonda, I'm in South Fort Worth. So if you know this area, I'm on the border of Fort Worth and Burleson. And yes, South Fort Worth, for anybody that knows Texas. Texas is so big, guys. Oh my gosh. Hi, Diane. I'm glad you're here. Sue, we get an hour and a half, which is amazing because, you know, a lot of times we are busting it to get something done in 30 minutes, and that's not enough time. It just isn't. So, and that's what I did on my event. I did 30 so that we could get more people in it. But man, Yvette, she's got it going on because she's doing this over 4 days, which gives each person plenty of time. It gives you guys 4 whole days of amazing artists. So good for her. She's an amazing person, a beautiful artist. I want you guys to go get in her group. It's a really fantastic group, and she's an excellent teacher. I've been in her group before. She's an excellent teacher. So guys, be sure and go up to the description of this video, and you'll see how to get in. Something is telling me, oh, that's weird. I don't know what that was. Yes, that's why I'm doing glass art. I can do the whole entire process. You guys are getting the whole entire process. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, good. Will you be careful? Do not get distracted. Hi, Roberta from Southwest Louisiana. So we're kind of neighbors. Oh, good, Jeannie. That's great. Are you seeing your mama? Good to see you. And Sandra, thank you for sprinkling. I don't know if I said it to you. I can't remember who I said it to, but thank you, thank you. Christy, thank you for the stars, you guys. Christy, you're limited to one time. Okay, so we've got our base. It's pretty good and dry. Now, I forget that I actually have time. I'm always in such a rush during these events that, you know, I need to just slow it down. We have time. So we're going to just paint a little scene on here. Just trying to kind of decide placement and things in my head. Hi, Charlotte. Glad you're here. Mom is sick but better. Oh, my goodness. I didn't know your mama had been sick. I'm so sorry. That's the worst. It really is when you're far away and can't get to them to help. So I'm sorry, but I'm glad you get to go. I don't know if you guys can see my palette here. Let me see if I can move it over where you can see it. I'm just squeezing out some light blue. By the way, if you want the supply list for everything that I'm doing today, up in the description is also a link. You can get that. So you don't have to worry about trying to write everything down. But I am just going to put out some blue and some white to get this background on. And then some green. Oh, I bet I have one that's open. Let's use this one. Oh, awesome, Sandra. Thanks for doing that. Perfect. Now you won't miss anybody. And if you're busy, you know, most of us just can't sit for 4 days straight and watch one after the other. So, you know, kind of go in, check them out, and then when you have to leave, you're safe knowing that you can go back and find them anytime. That's what I love. Okay, I'm just going to take a flat brush, and I'm going to get my background on here. You can do your background any way you want to. I'm going to go into both my blue and my white, just load it on the brush together. And I'm just deciding literally right now, do I want a messy background or do I want a smooth? We'll do smooth. So when you're doing smooth, you're going to go back and forth across the whole distance of your project. And just back and forth all the way across if you can. And that gives you a really smooth look. A lot of times I do like a textured look to the background, so I'll do X's like this just across the whole thing. But for a smooth, this is just how you do it, just back and forth across the whole thing. And then you're going to get a nice smooth look. You'll see. Thank y'all for the hearts. Hi, Marty. Thanks for sprinkling. You're awesome. Hi, Joyce from Ontario. Glad you're here from Canada. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. You know, when I go back and watch my videos so that I can comment on everything that, you know, people left me. And I definitely want to thank you guys for sprinkling and stars and all that. And I don't know what I'm going to do if I ever get bigger to where, you know, sometimes I watch some people who have so many, you know, what are you going to do? But I just really want to take that time to thank you guys. But anyway, I love seeing you guys talk in the comments. You know, a lot of y'all know each other. You're following the same kind of crafters and artists, so you chit chat in the comments, and I love that. That is the best part of doing things online, is that you can form a community. I'm just touching up the sides here while I go, getting that blue all across the sides. Now you could frame something like this if you want to. You can hang it, so you could put a hanger on the back before you start, or you could prop it up on a, what do you call those little, you know, I don't know why I always forget that word. The little stand that you can get to prop up. Easel, like a tiny easel. So just, again, back and forth. Now I can stop around this area and start doing some grass. I was thinking I might do this one a little different than my original, but I think I'll go ahead and just do the original the way I did it when I made it up, whatever. This is Shoreline. It's a really pretty color of blue. You know, Deco Art is what I use, and they have so many pretty colors. You can mix your colors and just buy the basics, just buy your primary colors and mix. But you know me, I mean, like, why do that if I can buy all these gorgeous colors already mixed, you know? Because I'm not, you know, I'm not a professional mixer by any means. So if I mixed it and got a really pretty color I liked, I'd never be able to get that same color again. Now, there's a lot of people that can do that, but not me. So I just love the Deco Art colors, and they have a lot of pretty blues that I love. I love Bahama blue too. It's gorgeous. So anyway, just got my blue background, and that's it. You're back, Diane? Good. Hi, Pat. How are you today? When is your time in here? You're presenting in here, right? Hi, Gloria. Glad you're here. How are you feeling, girl? And are you packing? Our friend Gloria's moving. Jeannie, I don't think I said hi to you, but hello. And Karen from the UK, I'm so glad you're here. How fun. Charlotte, isn't it? We have the best community for sure. We really do. I'm encouraging you to join Yvette's community, I know that it's good. I'm in it. And I would love for you to join my community, which is the Art and Craft Showcase. That is up in the description. I tried to put everything y'all might need up in that description. I'm not always good about that, but I did think I did it pretty well today to get it in there. Diane, for sure, we do. We really do. We are there for each other. We celebrate together. We pray together if somebody needs it. And we have fun with art and crafts. Okay, so I'm moving on to my grass. I'm going to grab this. I actually need a little more white. Hi, Rosie. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Hi, Martha. 29th will be here. Yes, it will. Do y'all feel like time just goes so fast? And I don't know what's going on, because you know when you have kids and you're just busy, busy, busy all the time. So my kids are gone out of the house, but how come I'm just as busy? I don't understand how that works. I'm going to do the same thing I did earlier, where I load my brush with the green and then touch some white on here, because I don't want it too dark. So I'm just lightening up a little bit with this white on here, and I'm just going to go back and forth on the bottom. Hopefully you guys can see. I need to take a look at the iPad and be sure. Somebody holler at me if I go off camera or something, and I need to probably move my camera down a little bit. And then I'm going to bring it across the bottom too. So get this bottom painted. I really do like everything to look good from any angle. So you always want to do the bottom and sides. Okay, so now that we've got our background on pretty well, I'm going to go ahead and start doing my bunny. Now, after I've done my bunny, we'll come back and do some more grass, just kind of coming up, because this little bunny is supposed to be looking out from the grass, like peeking out. Yeah, tomorrow from 1 to 1:30 Eastern. Okay, Pat. We have a lot of events and a lot of goodness, and the more the better, guys. The more the better, because you just get ideas, you get inspiration, you meet new people, you connect with people you know, got out of connection with, all of that stuff. So I love these events. And there are quite a few going on right now. Thank y'all for the star, or for the hearts. I love that. You can see the whole one. I was going to move this to be sure. But my camera or my thing is so tight that I'm going to really have to watch it. Let me see if I can. You guys bear with me. I don't know if that helps at all. Okay. So let's do the bunny. I might need to turn this and face me for a second, just to get this drawn on there without messing up too much. I'm just grabbing a round brush and I'll kind of sketch it on with my round brush. Actually, let me dry this real quick, because I don't want green. I don't want green in my bunny. Oh, 1 to 2:30, Pat. Okay. I know, Jeannie. But we go in spurts where you might watch a lot and then turn it all off and then create. So it's okay. It's all good. You'll get lots of tips. That's the thing, is you get tips and tricks from each person. So even if you're watching somebody and you think I probably don't want to do that, you might pick up some really cool tips. So it's, you know, at least have it on in the background when you're working or something. Put a little earbud in your ear and it's a peekaboo bunny, Sandra. Hope I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, Tammy, doesn't it? Well, I'm glad it's not just me. A couple of y'all feel the same. Okay, so let's do our little, I'm just gonna, so sorry, I'm gonna have it toward me for a second, but I want to get the placement right, and I'm afraid. Let me do the head first. So I'm just gonna kind of, you know, do a little round and then think I want my bunny maybe a little bigger. Okay. Okay. It's not perfect, but I don't care. The type of art that I do is clearly whimsical and fun. If you look around, all around me, it's just fun, whimsical, imperfect, and that is what I do because it helps me relax. So, you know, if you feel like art stresses you out, it may be because you're trying to be perfect, and art doesn't need to be perfect. Now, there is a place for fine art, and I admire those people so much. And, you know, it's amazing what people can do. But when you're like me and you're just really using art as a relaxation, it's a hobby, it's fun, it's something you love, it's perfectly fine to do whimsical art that makes you happy. And so, anyway, that's what I do. I'm going to go ahead and do this little carrot too, right here. Just kind of sketching on a little. Wait, oh, I did it the wrong way. It gets bigger at the top. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold, please. This is a baby wipe. And it will remove your boo-boo if you do it quick. So yeah, that I wasn't thinking. The big part is at the top. So let's go back and do the big part up here and kind of go down like that. And I'm, you know, just kind of making a whimsical carrot. I mean, everything that I do is not going to look like a real item, obviously. Okay, so I just kind of needed to get the base on here. Let's get a tiny bit of black so that we can add a little gray into our bunny. Oh, Lori, that's awesome. Yes, so many good ones. So many good ones. Jessica, I am a big emoji person. I'm sure it drives some people crazy, but like I can't type without adding several in. So sometimes, y'all, when I'm making a post, I have to go back and erase one or two because it's like, nah, you know. I am definitely love the emojis. So just adding a little black with my white to get a, you know, a light gray. Oops, that's going to pull in green. Let's be careful. I'm not being careful with my piles today. Hi, Wendy. Glad you're here. Yeah, right, Diane? Thank goodness for baby wipes. Wow, what would we do? They're so handy. I mean, always have them handy when you're painting. They're just great. Okay, so here we go again. We're going to do the same thing I've been telling you guys. Your brushes will do, if you have good brushes, they will do the work for you when you're doing whimsical art, okay? So we're loading up our brush. I've got this light gray on it right now, and I'm just going to tap it into the white, and we're going to just kind of start with the base of our bunny. So I'm going around here with the darkest color, this, you know, kind of gray. If it's too gray, then I'm popping into the white, and I'm just going to kind of go over it with some white. See? And just let those kind of blend together on my actual surface, and then just work my way into the middle and just going in kind of circular motions with my round brush. This is a number 5 round. Let me be sure. Yeah. In my link tree or on my website even, I have my favorite supplies. So if you ever question, you know, what I'm using, where I got it, or anything, you can find it. Or you're welcome to message me and I can direct you. But I try to make things easy for you guys. And then the same with this little bunny. I'm going to put the gray here at the top. And then just work in some white here. You guys, do you see how simple? So when people think they can't paint, try this style of painting, of just whimsical, fun, happy art. And how cute would this be on a little card to somebody, or a bookmark? Where else could you paint this, y'all? Of course, a canvas, mixed media book. You can always print out the tracers that we give you guys and let your kids or grandkids paint them and use them as a placemat on Easter Sunday. Now you might want a cross or something on Easter Sunday, but maybe this for something. I used to not really like having the whimsical bunnies and stuff at Easter because, you know, you're like, people need to remember it's about Jesus, not about the bunny. And have y'all seen that t-shirt that says, silly bunny, it's not about, or it's about Jesus, something like that. And I thought that was cute. So I don't have anything against bunnies. I mean, obviously God made bunnies and they're springtime. But I do think it's important to remember the real reason for Easter, obviously. Okay, so we've got some grays, we've got some white. We're letting them kind of mix together. Oh, I know, Lori, there are so many. And I'm just going to, you know, I'm always going to direct you to the ones that I like. But gosh, everybody has their own. Oh, do you, Jeannie? Everybody has their own set of brushes that they love. So, yeah, you just kind of got to try them and see what you think, I guess. But I know that the right brushes, I've heard a lot of people say the brush doesn't matter, and that's not true. The brush does matter. It really does. Now, if you're just doing it for fun and you don't care about the results, yeah, then use anything. But the brush really will make a big difference. That doesn't mean you have to have it right away. You know, use a Dollar Tree brush, and then when you're ready to see if you can get different results with a better brush, then do that, you know. You don't have to have anything to start. Just get the basics to start. So I'm just going to whiten this up just a little bit. So for me, I thought it was a little gray, but you know, bunnies are all colors. You can do whatever you want. Adding some white into the body. But I do like the shadow right here around. Kind of shows you where his back starts there. Can y'all see that? That's right, Lori. Silly bunny. Regina, I get mine online. I order these from Decor. So I had to use these for a long time because the girls in my group know. I was like, y'all don't run out and buy these. Let me test them for a while. And I mean, I've had them for at least 6 months now and I love them. So before I put anything on my recommended list, I have to love it. Because I am an affiliate for Decor, but I don't use 100% Decor products. There are some things that I like better just because, you know, I've tried things and I like that. So before I put it on my recommended, I have to love it. And I do love these. I think they work great. But I also love this brand, Royal and Langer Nickel. I don't know how to say it. I'm sure that's not how. And I always have these, and this is a 4 and it's a round, but I do love this brand as well. Now for my detail brushes, guys, if you need detail brushes, these are my, no, hold on. These are my favorite. These are Decor. Everybody knows I do this all the time. Let me just say now, I'm an Amazon affiliate, so if you were to go to my link and purchase these, I would get like 3% maybe of your purchase. So it's not like any big amount. I don't do it for the money. These are my favorite brushes because of the way they're built. So they've got the 3 sides and your fingers just sit there so well. They just help you to do the details really well. So that's what I love for those. But, you know, you can ask a bunch of different people. They're going to give you a different brush because we all just tried what we like. Oh, Marty, it's so funny because I can hear laundry going in the other room. My husband's actually doing a little laundry right now. I think he got tired of using the same towel like 3 days in a row. Hi, Faye. Glad you got on. Thank you, Diane, for floating hearts. I appreciate you guys. Okay, I think I might have caught up. Now listen, if you have left me a comment and I haven't seen it, just type it again and I will be trying to watch better. I really, really wish I had somebody to read the comments like some of these ladies do, but maybe one day we can talk Mr. into it. Oh yeah, Lori, I love to share. For me, I'm telling you, it's not about getting affiliate money. It's not enough to worry about. I just am happy to share what works for me. That's it. Okay, so let's, while this dries, let's move on to our carrot, and we will do a little carrot work here. I know, he's actually really great at it. He cooks. So I went back to school a long time ago, and the kids were like middle school age, and yeah, middle school. And he took over. I'm going into, okay, let me just back up before I finish. Y'all remind me that I'm telling you about cooking. Burnt orange is what I've grabbed. Now you can grab any orange that you like. And then I've got a little bit of marigold with it. So I'm just going to start doing a carrot with these two colors. So again, the brush is going to do the work for me, guys. I just loaded it on, and I'm just going to kind of come in here and get it on here kind of in a curvy manner. So it's a cute little carrot. So when I went back to school, you know, I would leave work at 5 o'clock, go directly to school, and I was there until 9 p.m. And when I got out, I would come home and, of course, try to have some type of dinner, you know. Like when it's that late, you don't even want dinner. But I would eat something and, you know, do whatever I had to do for the next day, or if I had to actually study or whatever. It was a really, you know, rough period as far as I had no time. So he started cooking every night. I had cooked for the first 17 years of our marriage exclusively, like he never cooked. And so at that point, he took over and started cooking and started doing laundry. I mean, just really took over the house management because I just couldn't, I wasn't available. But anyway, he continued. He ended up enjoying cooking and is actually really, really a good cook. So now we went from having like, you know, tacos and spaghetti and easy things to like chicken marsala and I don't know, like seafood dishes. And he's like a really, really good cook now. So I'm very fortunate, very blessed with a good husband. Hi, Tammy. How are you today? You love the bunny face to your left. Oh, thank you. Okay, so that's the wood slice I think you're talking about. Sandra, I just went back and started finishing all of my basics. I actually was taking business classes because I knew I wanted to own my own business. And I never finished. I got so close, y'all. I got really close and just, it was so hard to work full time and go to school. And, you know, your moms, you know, as your moms are aging, they need you. And I just couldn't do it all. So I really hate that, but I didn't quite finish. I'm so glad. Yes, I'm good. I'm doing good. Thank you. And hi, Deborah, Splash of Paint. How are you today? Okay, so we've got our carrot going. You know, we've just got a little easy carrot. I'm gonna go into my white while my carrot's still a little wet. Going into my white with that little orange color. So really a lot of white, and I'm gonna put some on, you know, maybe we'll do this outer edge here, kind of all the way up, and just kind of work that in so that this side has a little bit of a highlight. So I'm just kind of working it in from this one side and lightening up this one side of the carrot. Now I'm going to actually get out, oh, I've got the black. So I've got a little bit of black here, and I'm going to take a little bit of that orange and mix those two to get a darker orange. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side to give it the shadow. Just makes it more interesting. I don't want it too dark. So just kind of coming over here, letting the brush do the work of getting a little bit of shadow. Baby wipe, emergency. You can always go back and, you know, touch up mistakes, but I'd rather just grab that baby wipe and get rid of it. Okay. Yes, Cindy, of course. I know, and it's so true. I definitely realize those. A blessing. Aw, thanks, Lori. Okay, we got a carrot. Let's do the little, you know, lettucey looking stuff at the top. I am going to do the same thing with my green where I get a little bit of black with it to get a little bit darker green so that I have some variety, because I don't want a solid green. I'm going to do a little bit of the dark green first, and we'll do these little kind of squiggles. Let me get a little more. Bear with me while I get a little more of this made. Okay. Your brush just does the work. You're just doing little squiggles with it, and that's it. I'm going to come back while it's wet and grab a little bit of white with my green and go right back over it. Okay, that's it. And then I'm going to touch into the yellow just a bit and just do it with a little bit of yellow, not much. But now you've got a more interesting look to it. Let's see, can y'all see that? Throw me hearts if you can see it, because I'm on delay and I can't tell. Well, okay, I think you can see. I was like, I can't tell what you're seeing. Oh, Sherry, we're going to be here a little bit because we're going to do glass after this. So once I get this carrot painted on well, we're going to add glass and resin, and it's going to just make it even better. Good, Sandra. Oh, Regina, I admire you. I'm just in awe of women who just can do it all. I just can't, but I admire. I always wanted to be that kind of woman that could just, you know, handle everything. I think my nerves and my makeup is just too anxious to be able to handle it. Thank you, Maria. You're sweet. Just a simple little painting, y'all. Nothing to it. Let me see if I have any. Oh, good. I like to have, I'll take my brush when it's got the paint on it, and I'll try to get a lot of paint off in a paper towel before I put it in my water, and that will keep your water from getting as murky. But I like to, especially if I'm doing something white like this bunny, I want to be able to get my brush good and clean. So that's why I'm trying to be sure it's okay. Let's go back and do bunny eyes. Oh, I just touched that. Look at me, y'all. Baby wipe, baby wipe. If you have paint on your hands, be sure you get that off before you touch your art. And so let's do some bunny eyes. I probably want to move to a smaller brush. Get a little more black. Oh, of course, Sue, that's the great thing. Get into the group up in the description of this video so that you'll be able to go back and see all the replays, because if you don't, you might have trouble finding it and everything. Okay, so eyes. I got really quiet because I was like, whew. Makes me nervous to try to do this upside down and get the placement somewhat decent. I don't need everything to be perfect though, so it doesn't bother me if it's not perfect. I just, you know, don't want it to look bad. Thank y'all for the hearts. Oh, good, Regina. Hi, Virginia. Hi, Verilyn. And brush in green paint. Brush in green paint. What? Oh, this? Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all keep helping me. Yes, y'all keep. Oh, let's do some pink for the nose. I'm going to get out a little pink. You can use any pink. Y'all, you don't have to use the colors I'm using by any means. This is actually a dark pink. It's royal fuchsia, but I'll mix some white with it and get a lighter pink for the nose. I don't want it too dark. But I just love, I have always have at least 2 bottles of this on hand because it's one of my absolute favorites that they have. And then we're going to do a heart for the nose. So can we do a heart upside down? I don't know. We're going to try. Hope that looks okay. I'm going to have to turn it toward me and see. How do we do? Not bad. Not bad. You can tell it's a heart. It is a pretty pink. And then we'll do a little line for the mouth. So I don't have much paint on my brush, and this is a, you know, this is actually an Arteza brush from the company Arteza. And it's another one that I like. They have a set of detail brushes that I also like. You know, when you're like me, you're going to try, I like to try a lot of different things because we can't recommend things to you guys without trying a lot of things. And so we have a lot of supplies typically. Okay, I'm going to just go right in and do a few whiskers. You can add a little water to your brush and thin down your black a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit. And using a little detail brush like this, just kind of start here and just come out. They don't have to be perfect. You just want, you know, people to know what they are. It's okay if they're not perfect. Okay. And that's the little face. Y'all still with me? Oh, hi, Denise. No worries. You're good. He's coming to life. Hi, Virginia from Wisconsin. Glad you're here. Christy, what looked like a man? Oh, upside down. Oh, thanks, Cindy. Oh, no, thank you. And I will turn it toward me when I need to, but you know, it's kind of a challenge. It's kind of become a challenge. I always say when I get, you know, as our budget grows, we can get better equipment and things, but until then, I'm working with what I have, and I kind of like doing it this way. So I think y'all can see really well when I do it this way and kind of hold it up. So, you know, hi, Brenda. Glad you're here. Thank you, Lori, for the precious face. And Kathy, first time here. Awesome. I'm glad you're here. Y'all press the screen and the 3 dots and follow me if you're enjoying this. And if not, please get in. Get in the group anyway. That's linked in the comments so that you can see all of the crafters and artists that we have for you in the next 4 days. I'm going to do a few eyelashes. Now, y'all, I'm not the best at eyelashes, but we're just going to take this tiny brush. That's the key, is to use a good detail brush and start. I think I do need to turn it toward me. Hold on. I just couldn't figure out how I wanted them without looking at her face, so just going to kind of pull them up. Can y'all still see what I'm doing though? And again, they're not perfect, but they're there, you know. I know you can, but you can see better right side up. Wisconsin as well, Catherine. Awesome. Thanks, Tammy. Oh, Nelda, you're so sweet. Y'all, we do have the best community. I truly do. If you don't have, you know, an art community, a craft community that you love, check ours out. So right now, I've got the free group, which is called Art and Craft Showcase. And Yvette has been gracious to tell us to go ahead and talk about all that you do and all that you have. She's not trying, you know, she doesn't mind us telling you what we do and what we have. So my free group is the Art and Craft Showcase, and probably a lot of you have seen that. And then my private group is the Art and Craft VIPs, which stands for very very I just went blank. Inspiring. I could not pull that word out of the air. I kept saying inspirational. I was like, it's not inspirational. Very inspiring people, because the ladies that are in my group, I'm not kidding, inspire me every day in some way. Whether it's what they say to me, what they show me, they send me messages, they put their art in the group, whatever it is so inspiring. And so that's what I named that group. And that is where I go live once a week to teach something, either art or a craft. We have guest artists that come in about twice a month to teach something. I am just taking a little of this blue and separating those ears a little more is all. And I might come over here and kind of clean up something like this. You know, just kind of clean it up. When you've got, I had blue on my brush to do something, so might as well kind of just clean up while I've got it. Anyway, we also, each month, as the ladies are posting their pictures, at the end of the month, we draw somebody to win a $20 gift card to Amazon so they can buy something, more art supplies or whatever. And we just have a great community. So if you're looking for a place or might be interested, up in the description of the video is a link. You can read about it. And for today and tomorrow only, it's open. And then it's closed until August. So if you're considering it, go ahead and read about it and come join us. You can cancel anytime. It's not like a contract or anything. So if you get in there and it's not what you wanted, then just cancel. And there is an option to do a year at a time, which a lot of people actually love doing that because you get 2 months free. So if you were somebody who's followed me and you're sure you want to do it, then do that option and save, you know, money by getting 2 months free. Oh, is Jerry here? How are you today, girl? I'm glad you're here. Okay, so let me show you the face now. I'm literally just taking my time, y'all. We're about to be done with this. Y'all see? Okay, I'm going to add some pink to his ears, and then we're going to resin. Let's see. So for the ears, I'll probably add a little more white and get it kind of that light pink, sort of like the nose. No, actually, I take that back. So I've got my glass set out. Let me just show you. So this is the color that I'm using for the ears. So actually the darker pink is going to work fine. I just want to get some pink in here. And this will be where my glass goes. I just usually take some part of my painting to add the glass if I'm going to do resin art. Because the background, whatever's, you know, painted in the background where you're putting the glass, it will show through. So it doesn't have to match exactly, but if I were to put, you know, another color, that would show through. So I'm just going to try to keep it in the same color family. Okay, and I think that's it. I'm going to dry that, and then we're ready for glass. Oh, thanks, Virginia. You're sweet. I hope y'all are seeing the way I break it down, that it's simple. Simple. This is fun art that anyone can do. You do not have to, you know, stress about it. Tammy, she does, doesn't she? I love adding those pretty flowers. That would be gorgeous. We had Cindy Manley of Art Shattered was in my group as a guest artist the other day, and she did the most precious little part of a bunny, the ears, and then the little flowers around the base. It was so cute. If you're not following Art Shattered, you should. She's excellent. She's who I'm have learned everything from about class art. And I've been watching her for at least a year now and doing everything she does. So, Lori, I have a hard time calling myself an artist or anything. I am self-taught. I don't know all about color and hue like some of our amazing ladies do. I am just trying to help ladies relax with art. So I'm self-taught. I've painted probably off and on since I was in high school. I did art and crafts, or really crafts, with my grandmother from childhood on, and then in high school started dabbling, but really watercolors is what I did in high school. So honestly, I'd say 5 years really heavily just for myself. And yeah, so, you know, we're just having fun with it. If anybody is looking for somebody to teach them all of the art education things, then I can definitely point you to some friends. And Yvette is fantastic too. You would love to learn from her. Okay, so we are ready to do some glass. So just want to make sure everything's good and dry. You always want your base to be dry, whatever you're going to add glass to. And then here's the great thing is all you're going to do is decide where you want it. One other thing is, do we want, if you want a few, I tend to like having some, let's see if this one has it. It doesn't. But I tend to like having a little bit of a soft outline. I don't typically like harsh. Sometimes I do one, but so I'm going to go ahead and do just a soft outline. So just kind of get my black paint a little bit runnier. And try to get this into a point. And then just kind of give it just a touch of a, in fact, I think I'm going to do this a little bit. I'm going to put a little white in it and make it not quite as black. I don't want a harsh line. So we'll make it a more of a dark gray. But the outline sometimes really adds a lot of character. So you see how I'm just kind of touching it down. I'm not doing a harsh outline. Just kind of touch down in a few places. And you know, it's totally optional. Some people don't want that, but I tend to like having the cute little outline. Oh, I didn't finish my grass, guys. I gotta finish my grass. Okay, let's do that grass really quick. And we can certainly do that quick. Okay, so let me get some green, like the same colors we had out before. Some green, a little, I've got the yellow, a little bit of white. And I'm gonna take this angled brush and get my green loaded in here. And then a little bit of white and a little bit of yellow. So I've got all my colors loaded in, and I'm just gonna start at the base and kind of come up and add some grass this way. So that carrot's just kind of peeking out. Y'all still with me? Yes, Lori, I agree. Yes, I sure do. You know, when my mom had Alzheimer's and I was working full time, I didn't have a choice, had to work. It's a long story, but you know, we had to have insurance. Anyway, the guilt that I had of not being able to care for her in my home was almost too much. I had a stressful job. I was working, going to see her either before or after work, and some days both. And she was minutes from our house. It wasn't like she was far away, but she was in a memory care facility. And so my family could check on her as well. But, you know, as a daughter, you know, I don't know. It was really hard. I literally, you know, could have had a nervous breakdown. I was so stressed. And God used art. He just reminded me, like, it was like one day in a quiet time, he was like, you know, I can't give you the word. It wasn't like audible. So it was like just this impression that I needed to do some art. And you know, it's kind of weird because you're like, well, I don't have time and I don't have stuff anymore and all that. And so anyway, I did, you know, use a mixed media book, and I would start painting. And I love to paint flowers. That's what pretty much the whole book was just different flowers every day. And, you know, sometimes I would paint different things. But anyway, to make a long story short, he used that time to calm my spirit, to calm me down, to help me cope with what we were going through as a family. And it really did change my life. It sounds really dramatic, but it truly did. Between the prayer with him while I painted and the painting itself. So when she passed away, you know, I went back to work after, you know, a little couple of weeks off, I think, and I couldn't do it. The impression on me was so strong to do this full time, and it made no sense. We couldn't afford for me to do that. Still can't. It makes no sense on paper and pen, but when God tells you to do something, you do it, and I did, and I've never been happier, and we have never missed a meal, and I'm able to show other women, you know, that you can have an outlet, and we need an outlet. So if you don't have, you know, an outlet for your stress and anxiety, art and crafts, I don't know what else would be better, you know. And then like me combined with prayer, and it's just been amazing. So you make friends because, you know, you find a community that you love. And anyway, that's kind of my story. Let me dry this real quick and we're ready for glass. We really are ready for glass. Oh, Tammy, thank you so much. Tammy is my sweet friend that's been in here from day one. Day one. She's a founding member. Christy, you're a founding member, aren't you? Gosh, it's been a while, so my mind is, but I'm almost positive Christy is too. Thank you, Debbie. I love how you spell Debbie. Sherry, tell me what you're asking. You said, what is that name again? For which? I'm sorry, I don't know where I was at that point. It is, Nelda. It is. Oh, Lori, that's awesome. He does. That's the thing is, I know I'm not for everybody. I know that some people will turn this off when they hear me speak about my faith, but I hate that because I'm not pushing it on anybody. I'm just sharing my experience. And so yes, I'm sure he did bring you here for a reason. Oh, Virginia, I've never had. I give them away. I do. I like to give them away because each season I will wind up doing new ones. So this bunny I won't use next year. I'll have a different one. So I typically take them to somewhere like a, you know, facility and give them away. Oh, Marty, I love you. It's my tea and lemonade, guys. Somebody asked about the glass, and that's so great. He's awesome. He does. He'll do that. Put people in your life for a reason. So this is crushed glass that I get at Michael's. It's vase filler. So you'll just go to that aisle that has the vase filler and find this. And they have lots of colors, and it's actually, you know, not bad. Now, my favorite is this type of glass, which I know it's hard to see, but it is heavy, thick glass. This is high quality glass, so it's expensive, you know, more expensive, and it's larger and reflective, so it's really beautiful. It just sparkles in the light. But you can, you know, I definitely suggest starting with more inexpensive glass like this, and it's beautiful. So there's no reason that, you know, you don't have to have the fancy. So there's different ways to do this, and I have lots of tutorials, but for these type where I'm just going to use this crushed glass, you just lay it on. You don't have to do anything in particular. You don't have to use any type of glue to hold it down. You're just laying it on where you want it. Now I'll clean it up in a second, but I'm just getting it laid down. And you can do it thin and just kind of have a thin sheet of this glass, or, you know, pebbles of glass, or you can pile it on. And of course I like to pile it on. I mean, piling it on is kind of pretty because it just gives it that much more dimension. But, you know, that's personal preference. A lot of this is personal preference. In fact, isn't that just how art is? I mean, you can look at this bunny and then you can make it your own way. So if you don't like something that I did with it, then change it. That's what I mean about personal preferences. You can just make things however you want to. And if anybody's on here, I know several of you are, and you ladies are asking, new ones are asking questions. I know that my friends will answer you that are in the group. They can help you with questions because I'm not able to just sit and look at the screen, but I do go back and try to answer all the questions, and you can always message me, of course. Okay, then let's lay down some green, and I just kind of like to put it here and there. So we'll put a little bit, let that paint show through. You know, sometimes you want to cover it mostly like I did the ears, but then sometimes I like to let the paint show through. This glass, so I told you this comes from Michael's, but you can also get it on Amazon. And in my link tree, I always, like I said earlier, if you just popped on lately or soon, you know, more recent, I have all of the supplies that I use and like. I have it in my link tree or on my Amazon shop. I just try to keep a list going of things that I love so that y'all can find it easy if you want to. You can always find it on my website, my link tree. You can ask me. My link tree is pinned to the top of my page. And then my website, it's easy to remember, Art Grace Paint, and it's got everything there as well. Might be easier there actually, but whatever. Okay, so we've got kind of an arrangement of our glass. I hope y'all can see this. I want to get it close so that you can see the glass. Let me see if I can turn and if you can see how thick it is. Okay. Now I'm going to just move some things out of my way. So if y'all are having questions, I'll go back. Here's a little bunny I did the other day. This is just a little ornament. In fact, I don't know if that's an allowed thing, so I'm not going to do it. But it's got resin. You see there we go. It's hard for me to show the reflection sometimes. This is how it takes a pretty little painting up a notch. Yes, thank you, Sandra. You've probably already seen that bunny. Okay, getting everything moved out of my way. Get this paint moved out of my way because I don't want to stick my hand in that. And I'm just going to show you what I use for the resin. Okay, first thing I need to do is get some gloves on. When you're working with resin, you always need to protect yourself. You need to have a, well-ventilated area. I am in a closed-off room and I can't open my window, so I won't do this and then stay in this room the whole day. I don't want to. The resin that I use is non-toxic and considered safe, but I don't want to breathe it all day, right? I just don't want to take any chance. Thank you, guys. So what I do is I will pour it, and when it's totally finished and ready to dry, I will either take it to another room to sit, or I'll do it and then just go do something else because I just don't want to take any chances. But I recommend, before you do a project like this, that you do your research. I've done my research, and for me, this is the brand that I feel best about and feel safe with. but there's so many brands out there. You are welcome. I'm not an affiliate. I don't get anything for sharing what I use. I'm just telling you. But I do recommend doing the research. Don't just go out and buy everything and not read the pamphlet or the information on the website, okay? Because it is a serious product. Resin is nothing to play with, you know. So yes, that's a brand you use, yeah. A white spot on one of the ears. Do you mean where there's not like this? What do you mean? I'm not sure. Yes, Wendy. Oh my goodness. I am so addicted. Yes. Sandra, I just order mine online. It's linked in my Amazon store, you know, or shop or whatever. Oh, a reflection. So, yeah, okay. So I order it from Amazon and they ship it to me. I know Hobby Lobby carries it. I don't know about Michael's. They may carry it. And then you're going to need a couple little cups. I use the medicine cups. And here's the tip. Here's a little tip. Is mark your cup with however much you're going to need with a marker, because these lines are so, you know, you've tried to give medicine and you're like, so the marker going over your line will help a lot. And then I use a little silicone cup to pour my resin into, and that way it's reusable. Now you can buy the throwaway and everything, but these I reuse. So these cups you can just wipe out with a paper towel and alcohol and let it dry, and then when I go to do it again, I just wipe it out with alcohol, and you can use it 100 times. This, same thing. You just would clean it out with alcohol and paper towel and you're good to go. So to me, it's less waste, but you can definitely use throwaway. Okay, I'm going to pour, this is the resin. There's resin and a hardener. And I'm going to just pour up to that line. Now, if somebody's probably thinking, well, how do you know how much? I just know because I've been doing it long enough now that I just can tell how much. But at first, use the calculator. If you use this brand anyway, they have a calculator on their website. And then what I'm going to do here is take a paper towel and just wipe my rim. So a little bit will get on your rim, and I just wipe it so that it's gone. Now this won't stick, you know. I'm going to set it aside. The reason you want to put your lid on it and set it aside is because I'm talking, my dog might come in, something might fall over, and then I'm like, wait, which one did I just pour? Did I pour this or did I pour that? Well, that one's way off over here now, so I know that this is next, right? So little tricks that I've learned that I'm passing on to you guys. And I'm going to pour the same exact amount. It's 1 to 1. The calculator on their website, you put in how big your project is. So whether it's a 8 by 10, 12 by 12, whatever size you're working with, and it just calculates how much resin you need, which is such a help. After you've done it long enough, you just know. You just can tell about how much you're going to need. Use a measuring spoon. Yes, Christy, when you, thanks for asking that. When I go to put this aside for drying purposes, it gets set on 2 little jars. So I have 2 little jars over here that I set it down on, and I've already made sure it's level. You need to get a level or use your phone app that has a level and make sure your surface is level wherever you're going to dry it so that your resin stays level. If your table's off just a little bit, you'll have a puddle over here and none over here. It's self-leveling, but you do need to have a level surface, okay? I probably should, like you said, Christy, have this on something now. I'll just go ahead and put these under here now. And that way, so when it's setting like this, if I have used a lot of resin and the resin like comes over the side, it won't stick this to my table, okay? That's why you would put it up. But I have learned to not overuse the resin and that way it's not going to go over the side. So, and I'm showing y'all my tricks. So, all right, Christy is always my faithful timekeeper. I know that you're on here, Christy, so I trust you. So I have 115. I'm going to pour each of these into the little cup. I've got a silicone stick here again because it's reuse, recycle. I just reuse it over and over and over. But you can use a popsicle stick if you want to. And just scrape out as much as I can. Try to get every drop. You want these, again, it's 1 to 1. So if I use half an ounce of this, I'm going to use half an ounce of the hardener. And then they both go into the same cup, and you're going to stir. And we're going to stir for 3 minutes, exactly 3 minutes. And I don't want to stir it like a cake or cookies. You know, we're not trying to beat it to death. We're just stirring to mix the product well. The harder you stir, like if I was to go to town on this, I'm going to get a million air bubbles, and I don't want that. So this is what you do. You just stir it gently for 3 minutes. So while the 3 minutes is going on, we will chit chat. So you guys tell me what you think. Tell me if you've tried it before, if you think it looks like something you would try, or if, you know, a lot of people just enjoy watching because it's interesting. I like to watch all kind of arts and crafts that I never do. I just think it's fun to watch. Hi, Rosie. How are you today? Thank you. You're sweet. Thanks, Lisa. Thank you, Diane. Y'all are so good. I swear, every time I go live and try to teach y'all something, you're just so kind to me, and it just makes me feel so good. So thank you so much. That is the community that we have, and I just love it. Again, if you haven't heard me say this, up in the description of this video, you will see the link to the, oh my goodness, my mind, y'all, to the group where all of the tutorials will be housed. Please go get in that group. It's a friend of mine, Yvette, and she is amazing and has a great lineup of creators. So get in there, and that way once you're in, you can just take your time, you know, watch them as you can. If you can't sit and watch the whole things, you can always go back and watch the replays. So it makes it so much easier than trying to find, now who did that bunny, or who did, you know, that painting of the flowers, and you can't remember. Oh, you're welcome, Brenda. Yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody. I know a lot of people don't want to mess with it. Maybe you have allergies and you're afraid of the smell because, you know, obviously it is not toxic, and I hardly even smell it anymore, to be honest. It's not a strong smell, I'll tell you that. But I have a friend, she's in my group, who has pretty bad allergies and asthma. And I told her, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would, like, there's a lot of people who just, for whatever reason, don't really probably need to do resin art. But it's still really fun to watch, isn't it? Oh, good, Jacqueline. I love that. Well, I'm glad y'all are seeing it again. Sandra, you will get addicted. Oh my goodness. I'm stockpiling glass because in my private group, I'm about to do a project where I mail kits so everybody will get everything they need for the project, which is open. My private group is open right now for 2 days. We're celebrating International Women's Day this week. It was on the 8th, on Tuesday. We had a big event in my free group, Art and Craft Showcase. So if you didn't get in there, the link is also above. You could get in there. Oh, I need to watch for Christy. Stop. Right as I said that, you said stop. Okay, so we've stirred for 3 minutes straight. Now, do y'all think this is enough glass? What do y'all think? I always wonder if I want to add more. I'm going to kind of look at it and see what I think. I get a better look when I can see the screen than since I'm upside down. Oh, it's underneath me. Never done resin, about to start. It is. I'll tell you, it's a little intimidating at first for everybody because it's the unknown. You haven't done it before. I'm trying to give you good warnings about the safety issues. I want you to definitely wear gloves. You will easily stick your fingers together and have to have them surgically separated if you're not careful. You've got to wear gloves when dealing with resin. Okay, so then I'm just going to take my stick and I'm going to drizzle. So I'm just going to drizzle this over the glass. And once it touches the glass won't move. But I do want a tiny, tiny touch of resin on every single piece of glass. And I can just use this little stick here to do it. And I always have something handy. You'll discover this if you start doing resin. You want to have something handy, like for example, I always have a stack of these that need to be resined, and I just keep them handy. They're right here on my shelf. So if I have leftover resin, I can grab one and use it. I don't ever throw away resin. It's expensive. I'm not going to lie. This resin is pricey. So, you know, there's no way I would throw it away. So I always have something that needs to be resined. And that way I never waste. We're good on time. It's funny because, you know, when she said we had an hour and a half, I thought, oh, wow, that's a long time. But I'll do glass resin. I'll do glass art because that'll be perfect. And I knew that most people could not sit and watch an hour and a half, but the replay will be in her group. You can, you know, always see it. Of course, it'll be on my page. So if you want the supply list, it's up in the description of the video. You can click on there and get it. Now I've got all of my glass, you know, there's resin on all of it, so I can just take this and pour, and you can tell I've used this and I turned it inside out to clean and left it. So see, normally your little thing will pour out better, but I've got this, you know, and I am going to have extra resin, so when I turn this camera off, I'll resin my little ornaments over here. But then you can just use your stick to move it around. You can use a finger to move it around and just kind of cover the rest of your project, and that gives it the most glassy shine as you've seen, I'm sure. Beautiful, beautiful shine. If it starts to go off the edge or something, I'll just take my finger and kind of rub it. So really just use my stick to get it, you know, the most of it spread out, and then I'll go back with a finger and kind of make sure all my spots are covered. And I'm going to show you how to get the bubbles out with a heat gun here in a second. You can use a hairdryer on a high setting, a heat gun, a kitchen torch. The little kitchen butane, little small mini, you know, butane torches work great. That's on my list. It's on my list to buy, but I just haven't yet. But I always use my heat gun. Heat gun works okay. It's, you know, I mean, I shouldn't say okay. Heat gun works fine. It doesn't work as good as the torch will, so I'm anxious to get one. Yes, a lighter will work, Wendy. Yep, especially one of those long ones that you can have good control with. I wouldn't try to do a small one. Now, some people like a lot of resin and they kind of flood it, and some people don't like much at all and have it really thin. I think I'm somewhere in the middle. I don't like it really thin, but I don't want it just flooded to where it's just, you know, that's, to me, it's just a waste of product, but. Okay, let me get in here with a finger next. Now I'm using this finger on this to get this moved around. There was a little tiny little black speck. Just know that it's never going to be 100% perfect because our homes have little dust particles that we can't see. Sometimes we can. But, you know, I've noticed that no matter how much it'll look perfect, then I'll come check on it again and see like a little particle. It's all I know to call it. It's a particle. And it's just because things are in the air and they're going to settle and there's nothing we can do about it. So please do not be perfectionist about this. Just know that it's beautiful. Even the best of artists have that happen. There's, you know, not much you can do. I use, to cover it so that while it's curing and drying, I use a Dollar Tree tint that they make to put over food when you're on a picnic. And I'll show it to you here in a sec. And I'm gonna, once I get all the bubbles out, I will set this off to the side on my shelf, cover it, and just leave it alone for 24 hours or less. So tomorrow morning, I'll come and look at it and just see how it's doing and everything. And by tomorrow afternoon, it will be fine. It'll be dry. I wouldn't ship it for another 72 hours though, because it needs to continue to finish curing before I send it in the mail. Okay, so I've just popped the air bubbles. I will come back in a few minutes and do that same process with the heat gun and pop them again, because somehow they just continue to rise another, you know, after another second, they'll rise again. And this is the tint I'm talking about, $1 at the Dollar Tree. And I'll open it up and just put it over the thing so I can still see it as it's drying. Not that you need to, but I can still see it. And I want to set this aside to show you the one I did yesterday. So this one, I perfected my design is what I did. And I forgot to add a body. So that's why I changed it a little bit today. And then you could add a bow, or you could add a cute little beaded hanger, you know, just whatever you want to do to display it would be fine. So anyway, that is that. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. You can't find the glass. Christina, I'll message you in just a little bit because I can definitely help you. Oh, Christy, I know she did. It was so adorable. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks, Yvette. I had a lot of fun. Please, guys, go join Yvette's group. It's up in the body of this video. Just click on it, take you over there, and that way you can see all of the presenters today. Anything you need probably is up in the description of this video. I tried to put anything that you guys might ask for. Oh, thank you guys so much. Yes, it comes in bags. It does, Sue. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. I'm glad you liked it. Thanks, Mindy. Thank you, guys. All right. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Come visit me at Art and Grace if you're watching me inside the group and we haven't met yet. I'd love to have you over there. And otherwise, I will see you soon. Bye, guys. Thanks again, and thank you, Yvette.